This free step-by-step video comes to you directly from Haynes, creators of the world's best repair manuals. Fix your car or truck the right way with our accurate and reliable information at your side. You can complete more than 200 jobs on this vehicle when you purchase the complete online manual at Haynes.com.
Thermostat replacement. Open the driver's door and pull the trunk release lever, or depress the trunk release button on the rear of the trunk lid to open the trunk. Open the spare tire cover. Loosen the cable clamp nut, then disconnect the cable from the negative terminal of the battery. Press the parking brake pedal down to apply the parking brake. Open the door and pull the hood release lever, located just above the driver's side kick panel. Slide the hood safety latch to the left, then raise the hood upwards. Grasp the front of the cover and lift the cover up until the grommets in the cover are free of the ball studs, then remove it from the engine. Disconnect the electrical connector from the intake air temperature IAT sensor and loosen the hose clamp at the throttle body end. Loosen the air intake duct hose clamp at the air filter housing end, then disconnect the duct from the housing. The intake duct assembly is held in place by a rubber grommet and a ball stud. Disconnect the tube from the throttle body, then pull the duct bracket off the grommet. The intake tube clamp and seal may stay attached to the throttle body. If this happens, remove the seal and clamp from the throttle body and install it onto the end of the tube, aligning the locating tab and slot. Insert a ratchet or breaker bar into the square hole in the tensioner arm and rotate the tensioner arm until the drive belt can be slid off the water pump pulley. Once the belt is off, slowly release the tensioner to its stopping point. Remove the belt from the various pulleys. Chock the rear wheels to prevent the vehicle from rolling. Place a floor jack under the reinforced area along the front section of the unibody. Raise the front of the vehicle, then support it with a jack stand placed under the rocker panel seam. Repeat this for the opposite side. Remove the fasteners from the front and the rear of the cover. Lower the under-engine cover from the vehicle. Cooling system draining. Using a shop rag for added protection against burns, slowly unscrew and remove the coolant tank cap from the reservoir. Move a large container under the radiator drain hose to catch the coolant. Open the drain fitting. It may be necessary to use a pair of pliers to open the fitting. Allow time for the coolant to drain completely. While the coolant is draining, check the condition of the radiator hoses, heater hoses, and clamps. Replace any damaged clamps or hoses. Once the system has drained completely, close the valve, then remove the drain pan. Since the coolant required for this particular vehicle can be expensive, it's a good idea to save the coolant and reuse it if it is in decent condition. Place a funnel into a large, sealed, clean container, then place a strainer or paper filter into the funnel to catch and trap debris. Pour the coolant through the strainer and into the container. Place the under-engine cover under the vehicle and align the fastener openings. Install the fasteners. Tighten fasteners securely or to the torque setting stated on the face of the cover. Raise one side of the vehicle at a time. Remove the jack stands and lower the front of the vehicle to the ground. Using channel lock pliers, slide back the radiator hose clamp from the thermostat housing. Cover the hose with a rag to protect the hose, then use the pliers to carefully twist and disconnect it from the thermostat housing. Have a drain pan positioned underneath as there will be residual coolant loss. Remove the thermostat housing mounting bolts and remove the thermostat housing. Remove the thermostat housing seal if it's stuck to the inlet body. Clean the sealing surface with a rag saturated in brake cleaner. Press the new thermostat O-ring seal into the thermostat housing assembly. Lubricate the new seal with clean coolant, then install the thermostat housing assembly and mounting bolts. Tighten the thermostat housing mounting bolts to the specified torque setting. Clean the hose mating surfaces, then reinstall the radiator hose. Secure the clamp in the original location on the hose. Clean the area of all traces of coolant around and below the thermostat. Install the drive belt loosely over the pulleys in the correct routing. Insert the ratchet or breaker bar into the square hole in the tensioner arm, then rotate the tensioner and slide the belt onto the last remaining pulley. Slowly release the tensioner, applying tension to the belt. Make sure the belt fits properly in all the pulley grooves. It must be completely engaged. Remove the grommet from the ball stud and install the grommet onto the intake duct support bracket. Connect the intake duct tube to the throttle body. Seat the support bracket grommet onto the ball stud. It may help to use a hammer and brass punch to carefully drive the grommet onto the stud. Also, tighten the clamp on the throttle body end. Reconnect the intake air temperature sensor electrical connector. Locate the 4 grommets on the cover and the 4 ball studs on the engine. Place the engine cover onto the engine and align the grommets with the ball studs. Once they are all aligned, push the cover down until the grommets are locked in. Connect the negative cable to the negative terminal of the battery. Tighten the cable nut securely. Close the spare tire cover and trunk. Cooling system refilling. Loosen the cooling system bleeder screw. Slowly fill the cooling system with the correct type of clean coolant until the coolant emerges from the bleeder screw. This may take a while. Once coolant emerges, wait a little while for the system to equalize, then remove the bleed screw completely and squeeze the radiator hose to expel as much air as possible. When squeezing, alternate putting your finger over the bleed hole and taking it off. This will better help trapped air to be bled from both areas. Continue slowly adding coolant until it emerges again. Squeeze the radiator hose periodically. Once coolant emerges, install and tighten the screws securely. Clean the surrounding area of any coolant spillage. Connect the intake tube and tighten the tube clamp. Continue filling until the level is in the cold fill range. Reinstall the expansion tank cap and tighten it securely. Start and run the engine in a well-ventilated area, then turn the heater control knob to the max heat position with the fan speed on low. Run the engine for about a minute, then increase the engine speed to 2500 RPMs for 30 seconds. Turn the engine off and let it cool for 1 minute. With the engine still sufficiently cold, unscrew the expansion tank cap slowly with a rag and top up the coolant reservoir with coolant until the level is at the top of the cold fill range. Install the expansion tank cap and tighten it securely. Start and run the engine again until it reaches normal operating temperature. The thermostat will open, the upper radiator hose will become hot, and the fan will cycle on and off. Bring the engine up to 2500 RPMs for 30 seconds, then allow the engine to idle for 30 seconds. Turn the engine off and let it cool completely. Remove the cap once again from the tank and add more coolant mixture to bring the level to the top of the cold fill range. Reinstall the expansion tank and tighten it securely. Start the engine again, and with the heater control knob in the max heat position, check to see that the heater output from the air ducts is warm. This is a good indication that all of the air has been purged from the cooling system.